All right, welcoming back to our opening day press conferences for the National Championship for Men's Volleyball. We're here for the second session on day 2 with Long Beach State. We're joined by head coach Alan Knipe and student athletes Mason Briggs, Aiden Knipe, and Simon Torwey. We'll open it up with a statement from head coach Alan Knipe and then open it up for questions.
Yeah, first of all, welcome to everyone and congratulations to the teams that qualified in our first ever men's volleyball 8. So that's great for our sport. A lot of thanks to the university for again being willing to host and show the support of men's volleyball at this university, being willing to do this. I know all the hard work that's went into it, and I know they'll do a great job. So a huge thank you. As far as our team, yeah, we're excited to be here. It's been a great season in the sense of we've been through all sorts of stuff, just like most teams. I'm not going to get into that, but as far as how we've handled that, and just our responses along the way to some adversity and how we played down the stretch late in the season, how we played in Hawaii, and I'm really proud of the group, and it's a special group to me. Not only because we're playing back at the championships again, not only because we're playing at the Pyramid, but this group has done a tremendous job since they've been here. This is our group our post-COVID group. This is our group that was in the dorms when it all shut down, and what they've done for our program and in reality for volleyball, but our program is moved the mark, showed a ton of tenacity and grit to get themselves back into championship mode right away, right after we got back, after having a shortened season in 21. But it's more of the way they did it. They brought everyone along with them, all their teammates along with them, all the young guys along with them. And I'm really excited they get to do this in their senior season. They get another chance at this, and we're excited to get going.
All right. Vinny Lopes here from off the block. Question for all the players. You have an opportunity to look at the film on Belmont Abbey. What stands out on the film as you're preparing to play them?
I'll take it.
You go.
Yeah, I'll just start by just overall general statement. They earned their spot here, and you touched a little bit on the 8-team format, and it's going to be cool to play that quarterfinal match, regardless of who you're playing, and get out on the floor like we are in our home arena, but just be able to get out there and play a match against a really good team that earned their way to be here, and I think will be a really good matchup in this 8-team format.
Yeah, they're a really talented team that deserve to be here. Like Mason said, they won their conference tournament, so there's a reason they're here. Couple talented guys at the pins that show that they're very capable of playing volleyball, and we're excited to get out there and play.
The only thing I'd add is to point out how the respect that we want to have for this team. There's a lot of teams that have not made it out to this tournament, although it's 8 this year. There's a lot of great teams that haven't made it, so it just points towards how well earned it is for Belmont Abbey to be in the tournament with us, and we're looking forward to it tomorrow.
Aiden, I want to ask you about the offense, and especially the person sitting next to you. How beneficial has it been to have a libero and passer like Mason to give you multiple options at the net this season?
Well, not only Mason, obviously Mason, but not only Mason, but Sotirius and Skylar and Clark and Nathan Harlan when he's in. They all do a really good job making my life easy, and I'm lucky enough to be able to run the offense that I want to run, not just forced to be kind of handcuffed. So. And with Simon and Dieris and Lazar when he's in the middle, there's really nowhere I feel like I can't go. So I'm very lucky, and I feel like I can make no mistakes with who I'm setting.
Kicking you in with the LA Times, Mason, you've obviously played a lot of matches in this arena. You know what the fans are like. Just what does it mean to you to have this opportunity to play this NCAA tournament game at home?
It means a lot. It means everything. It's pretty cool. When we found out that would be the case, I think there's a lot of things that have kept this group together, but you could add this into it. Just knowing that we would get to, hopefully, if we put together the season we wanted, get to compete back here, back home. with these guys. Huge shout out to everyone that, like Coach said, has been a part of it, that made it happen, that's still working, and probably the people that we don't even know that are working towards this. I think it's going to be awesome, and really excited to have our fans. And I think just shout out to our fans regardless. We get fans at our away games. We have a really good group of parents and even just people that love the team that showed up in Hawaii, down the road in Irvine. And I think we're expecting a lot here at home, and I think it's going to be a really, really fun environment.
What do you think makes Long Beach State volleyball fans like special?
I think there's a lot to it. You have to give a lot of respect to the people that were here before us, and the coaches that have been here for a while. It's definitely a trickle down. Same response I would give, when asked about the culture. It has to start somewhere, and they would probably say it starts with the guys, but I really do believe it starts with the coaches, the coaching staff, and the university that has bought into the success that we have and that we've proven we can have. And I think just to add to that, there's some knowledge of the game here in Long Beach, and the fans. And volleyball might be a little tough to join in, but because we have continued success throughout the years, I think they're able to buy in year after year and really follow along. We have some fans that have probably been around longer than we've been around.
Simon, I want to ask you, you look at your numbers at the net this season, blocking, it's been astronomical. What do you feel has been the biggest improvement in your blocking game now compared to when you started at Long Beach?
Well, there's a couple of things that come together. Apart from that physical development that just kind of happens naturally when you are training forward to something every day, there's a big aspect which is like the coaching, the constant training. And at Long Beach, we do have coaching that has been just the main reason why I'm even able to play at this position. Just teaching me the right ways to do all the little things about blocking. I'm not going to get into the details of that, but there's a lot of things that I'm getting taught here daily. We're at the end of season, at the end of my career at Long Beach, basically, but there's still things that I'm learning daily from Coach Knight, from the other coaches in the program. And so I think that's probably the biggest reason why I'm able to succeed right now at my position. And I'm also just tall.
Coach, I want to ask you, last time I was here, 2019 NCAA tournament, how do you feel that the Long Beach State program has changed in those last 5 years, or has it just been a matter of continuing that legacy that you built on last decade?
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a little bit of truth to both of those statements. I think that there's no doubt that we've been able to add to it and continue. These guys were, a lot of these guys that are on this team were at that match watching, knowing that they were coming here, which I think that fueled some appetite, for them. But at the same time, as everybody, not just our volleyball team went through when the world shut down, there was a lot. It just literally, we grinded to a halt, and then we had to come back and rebuild it up. So yes, there was a carrying on of it, but there was also we're carrying the torch, and we're on the court, and we're not necessarily on the court with a lot of people who've done it. We're just doing it off of our talent, our effort, and we have to go through these experiences a little bit on our own, meaning these guys. But I think that the answer that you're probably looking for is that it's very, very intentional what we're trying to do, and from top to bottom in our program, from the type of kids we bring in here and the type of families we bring in here and the type of expectations we have in every part of their life for them. Hopefully they leave here significantly better than they got here, but not just as a volleyball player. And what I found, when we can pour into them like that, they pour back into us and our program, and we move the mark from year to year and from group to group. And that's definitely happened with this group.
Mason, I want to ask you, and I think I asked the same question last year, but I'll pose it again. Probably had opportunities to go pro, making tons of money overseas. What made you come back to Long Beach State this year?
It wasn't really a question. It was just always my plan to be here at Long Beach, to finish at Long Beach. regardless of the school aspect, just playing for this program and these coaches that, at one point were trying to get me to come here. That's really what it comes down to. The loyalty and just the initial goal and mindset that I had. That's pretty much it.
And final question from me. It's me today, so you get one off-the-wall question. I asked my 6-year-old to come up with questions for you. She wants to know, what's your favorite food?
I love the al pastor burrito from the taco stand that's done. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be HE. Either shepherd's pie or Simon makes a really good carbonara. So one of those two.
Pulled pork sandwich.
You throwing me into this?
No, if you want to, Coach.
Aiden Shepherd's pie. He makes a good one.
He made it for the team one time. A lot of it.
Going back to what Simon was talking about, playing middle, I understand he came here as an opposite. So Alan, what about him lends itself to playing well at the middle, besides the fact that he's obviously tall?
He's incredibly bright as a volleyball player and as a person, and that position, to be able to make that flip, you're going to lean on that for a while. You can lean on his size. You can lean on the size and athleticism for only so long, but that in that position it gets exposed if you're not a student of the game. And Simon was a student of the game, and the biggest thing for me was trying to find a way to get our best volleyball players on the court with the talent we had, and it just seemed like that was a good fix. But I'm a big believer that there's a lot more to their life as a volleyball player than just here at Long Beach State. And then with my experiences internationally, I looked at Simon, watching him when I had a chance to have him in our gym, not just on videotape. And the more I watched him, the more I realized that you have to have two areas that you can dominate to be an international middle, and you have to be able to score points, offensively, and block to score points. And he was going to be able to do that. But where guys separate themselves is when you have the third box, and that is you can serve. A lot of middles internationally are very conservative with their serving. They're the guy that's not supposed to miss a lot of serves, so the outside hitters can rip their serves. But that's not how Simon was built, because he was built as an opposite early on. So he was one of those pins that was freed up to hit his serve. So the fact that he has that third box to check, I think, is going to put him in a very exclusive group very soon here in his pro career, the people who want that talent on their team. So I thought, but even though how good it was going to be to help us with the talent we had, we were significantly setting him up for success in the future.
Mason, were you at the 2019 championship game?
I showed up late. We had I was at the 2018 one. We had a high school playoff match, so I showed up towards the tail end.
What do you remember about that experience, even the little bit that you did get a catch?
I kind of remember the feeling of 2018, but it was just a crazy feeling of it being here in the pyramid. And my brother Trevor was on that team, and I just remember seeing him crying and like him hugging my mom. That was a big thing. And then just the entire team celebrating, and obviously like the student section coming onto the court, all of that. How exciting it is, and basically everything that we've talked about here. It being at Long Beach, the fans that we have, and how exciting all of that is. But to really feel that and to be in a position where, it's our turn to try and make it happen here at home.
Aiden, do you have anything to add for that?
Do I?
Yeah.
I missed that one as well. I was playing CIF for high school at Huntington High School, but again, like Mason, I was at the 2018 one, and I mean, I've watched the film of that 2019 match probably 60 times, 70 times. So you get the goosebumps of, like Mason said, I mean, it was an ugly last point, but having everybody storm the court and seeing it be at the pyramid it's really special. So like he said, hopefully we can take our shot at it.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Welcome to the championship.
Thank you.